Here we had an interesting set between Light and Sonix at MomoCon 2022, and I noticed some interesting taunts and some mind games going on between sets, so I wanted to break that down a little bit. And the top 8 of this tournament, I thought was kind of cringe in some ways in terms of the characters that got there, but not to worry, Light is here to save us all, and I'm excited to look at what he does here. So the first minute of this game, they're just kind of jumping around. You're playing Sonic, it happens. And then Light gets his classic little nair to up smash right here. And then watch what he does here. He's going to fix his mask while he's taunting him. And what's funny about this is I watched this a couple of times and I did not catch that taunt the first few times. And actually neither did the commentators, as you'll hear later. So to continue on, Light's continuing to rack up the damage. It's good stuff. Gets Sonic to the high percent again. Gets a little forward air into an up air. So then he goes away from the taunt, but he starts to do these back airs. So back air, back air, back air, back air. And then he runs away. So he's doing stuff in between stocks. And Sonic doesn't like it. You see how long he took on the Angel platform there? He was not a fan. And he could just be upset because he's losing, and that's not fun. He ends up finding a back throw kill on Light there. Light does more damage here, ends up getting a nice little nair, a little roll read, up smash. So as this is happening, Light's shaking his head. He says, I don't think so, I'm a bad man. He gets up, keeps shaking his head, shakes his hands out, warms up, looks over at Sonix. He's like, you want it back? He's like, yeah. So at this point, you can tell Light's really feeling himself. Warms his hands up again. He's yelling stuff at the crowd. They're yelling stuff back. He's enjoying it, right? He's having a good time. He's laughing. Then he gets a little bit into more of a focus mode here. He takes a drink of his water, sets it down, thinking about the next game, what stage he wants to go to. So even though they already went over this, Light gets up. He's like, you want to run it back? Carlos. Then he's like kind of annoyed because he's not listening. And he's like, hey, you want to run it back? He's like, yeah, we went over that. And he's like, okay. It's kind of funny because, Light's just in his zone. He doesn't even remember that they already said that. He's just making sure his hands are warm, making sure his hands are loosened up, they're not tense. He's just doing his own thing. And they just kind of sit, get ready for the set to start. They're like, are we good? Are we ready to go? We're ready to go. And then we start us out. For a little over a minute, they're just racking up damage, playing some nooch, pretty classic stuff. And then Light gets this really nice forward air drag down jab lock up smash. And he just goes straight to the back airs, no taunt this time. Now jumping forward a little bit, Sonix gets a nice little edge guard here, gets back on stage, and look what he does. And I kind of like what Vicky Kitty has to say here about this.
With the fair, you're going to go for the taunt out here too, even though you dropped game number 1. That's okay, we need that confidence here.
So you could argue it's all in good fun. They're both taunting, but you're also losing, so, there's something to be said about that. And Light certainly has something to say as he finds this up air here, comes down, double taunt on him. Sonix ends up taking another stock here, but Light finds a final stock with this up air. And this head shake right here feels a lot more like, oof, can't believe I let that get that close, rather than, the previous head shake where he was like, I'm a bad man. Here's something that's the same as the last game, though. Look at him shaking his hands. Look at him shaking them. Let's get another angle on that. Oh, yeah. He's just shaking those hands. All right, let's see. Okay. And he's going again. He's shaking those hands. Maybe he's shaking his hands to let everybody know that he perhaps feels somewhat shaken. But, I'm just grasping here. This time, he's staying focused, bit of a closer game. He's not looking at the crowd, not yelling. He's locked in. He's locked in. And this game 3 coming up is where a lot of these taunts kind of come to a head. The damage for this first stock actually stays pretty close, but Light does have a special trick, nair to up smash. And now you know what's coming. 1, 2, 3. Triple taunts on him.
Oh, you think you're gonna taunt on me first? No, that's not how this works.
I mean, I already said that I missed it. Vicky Kitty also missed it. And based on this tweet, Light may have forgotten, but he did taunt first in the first game. He used a Firefox taunt. But back to this game, game 3, Light's just putting the work on him so bad that he feels confident in being able to taunt mid-stock. So Light's clearly feeling good about himself. And we're only going to see more if he's taunting mid-stock. So when he hits his nair up smash, goes with a couple of back airs, hits the taunt, goes with some more back airs, just throws one more in for good measure. And Light just kind of continues to dominate here. You can see he gets some more damage on him, and then Sonix gets him off stage, and he's playing like pretty unsafe for a Fox off stage, to be honest. Goes for the wall jump, tries to go down, hit him with the shine, doesn't quite get it, hits his tech, but he's like playing really well, and he knows that. And at this point, you can kind of see like the gears turning in terms of like, I'm up so much, you have to approach me. He's just sitting on this platform. One whiff, gets the opening, finishes the stock. And I could be wrong here, but during this pop-off, he appears to step on his water bottle and spray it up into the frame there. So, congratulate Sonix, very nice. And now let's get a look at that water bottle there. Yeah, it does appear that the cap is off. He may have stepped on it. Let's see, yeah, he's trying to close it up. Some people might feel bad, and maybe the crowd's trying to make him feel bad, and he's like, hey, it's not a big deal. It's a water bottle, whatever. Anyway, he went on to win Grands.